Give it up for Justin. So Justin comes up last night and he says, I'm kind of stuck.
Which part?
No.
He says,
I'm kind of stuck. So he starts to share his experience with me, and I said, okay, give me your experience. And he starts to share with me his story. And do you want to walk them through just your story, your first memory, real quick?
Sure.
Okay, go.
I have a younger brother. He's about 4 years younger than me, and as kids do, I was about seven or eight. You roughhouse. I was bigger, so maybe I roughhoused harder, but my brother always tended to be the one that got hurt. And then, of course, I got in trouble, and my dad was pretty heavy with the discipline. It was never abusive. I love my dad to death, and I give him a lot of credit for the way he raised me. But what I never realized, because it wasn't severe, is that I think I was holding the fact that I hurt my brother. And then in my dad's reaction to disciplining me or his outburst, he, in this situation, threw a cup and broke his thumb. So I hurt my brother, I hurt my dad, and then I got hurt in the discipline process. So I feel like I lived out from that point thinking I needed to mature enough to control the situation so that I didn't hurt people or myself. And that's sort of where I got hung up. Where do I go from here when I came up last night to talk to Julie?
So he comes up, so he's walking this out, and so I say to him, okay, so could it be that your limiting belief is that I'm out of control and I'm going to hurt you? And you can tell this look on his face of like, you're getting somewhere, right? Generally, again, the limiting belief's going to land and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds really, those are deep waters. His wife was actually the one that she had written down, I'm not good enough. When I was like, hey, if your limiting belief is I'm not good enough, I'm going to tell you that's not it. She was like, dang it, cross that one out. Okay, great. So he lands on, I am out of control and I am going to hurt you. So then I'd asked him a question of some sort, but basically what my question to him was, he shared, I have been struggling with like massive anxiety. And I said, really? And he says, yeah, you could tell, look, it's almost manic. It's obsessive. Anyone else ever had that? Yep, anxiety that feels like you can't calm the room. And I look at him, he says, I've been going to therapy for this. I said, has your therapist told you what anxiety means? He says, no. I said, so you have a limiting belief that says, I am out of control and I'm going to hurt you. So you probably have these pendulum swings and you put yourself in this box and you just try to live within these limits. Is that true? He says, very true. And I said, do you know that anxiety is actually, I don't trust the process and flow of life, myself, God. And instantly we started connecting dots. And he said, I've never linked anxiety with trust issues and trust issues with control issues. And so what he did that day in that moment is, I'm going to hurt you because I'm totally out of control. He disconnects from being able to trust himself, disconnects from being able to trust God, disconnects from the process trusting anything, shifts into control, and now he wonders why he's dealing with manic anxiety. I told him to fire his therapist, first of all. That's where I said start. I'm kidding. Not kidding, sort of kidding. No, I'm not kidding. All of a sudden, what we did in a moment, and here's this man with this insane testimony. I looked at him and I said, tonight you will go home and you will actually sleep. He says, I haven't slept in I don't know how long. He says he walks into a room and the anxiety builds so much that he's having problems actually even connecting with his kids. I said, good, that's gonna make you human. That doesn't make you crazy. I said, you're gonna go home tonight and you are actually going to sleep, because what God's doing is he's actually gonna start crossing where the brain patterns stop working the way that they needed to, and you started to lean on self-reliance and yourself to do it. God is going to break this and you're gonna sleep well. He goes home and I was like, God, I don't know if that was from you or not, but you need to help that man sleep. How did you sleep last night?
I slept great. Well, even more importantly, I slept without having to create a distraction for myself. So.
How cool is that?
And, Julie had me do some meditation type stuff and gratitude prayer. And yeah, I guess it released that limiting belief for me to.
Say that again with more confidence. I want you to come up right here, and I want you to say it again as a prophetic declaration, because here's what we also learned last night. This man actually sees spiritual warfare. This is what this man sees. This man actually sees angels and demons. I looked at him last night and I said, you see angels and demons, don't you? And he says, yes, but I'm trying to get it to stop. Why? Because it's hard to see. It's hard to see in the spiritual realm. And so what the enemy's doing is he's trying to actually cause so much chatter and so much white noise that it distracts this man from seeing not only what the enemy is doing, but seeing the angels in heaven in the room. Why? Because he is a soldier. And so we put the armor of God on this man last night. So come out here, and I want you to declare that it's broken, and I want you to declare that you are a warrior for the Spirit. And I want you to lose control. What did it say about David? What did he say? Okay. I'm about even to get more undignified than this. Undignified. You know what David did? I will lose control, and I will find my king. Even more undignified than this. Will you play a song for me really quick? Will you play Burn? I want everybody to get up for just a second. Okay, and before he says this, I actually want us to listen to this song. I want you to listen to the words, and I want us to maybe dance. I maybe want you to get a little undignified. I'm gonna actually say, if you wanna come up here and just dance a little bit, I won't not love it. Will you turn that up?
This afternoon was the first time I danced in church in over 13 years.
That's amazing. Did it feel good?
It was strange, but felt surprisingly releasing and freedom benefiting,
I love
freedom
that.
generating.
What you're experiencing here is just a short snippet in what we like to call a Holy Spirit dance party, which is really just the opportunity for us to give some space to let God do His thing. Now, I recognize that feels a little bit different in the comfort of your own home as you're watching this, but we want to invite you into an experience of actually bringing Dare to Dream Conference to your own home church. If you scan the QR code on your screen, we're going to give you a ton of information about what it would look like to actually bring this life-changing 2-day conference to your home church. As a company at the Dream Factory & Co., we believe in mobilizing and equipping the church to dream again. And we do that by unlocking the dreams that God's put on the inside of us, by pushing back the limits that the enemy's been pushing up against us, and by actually doing our part in learning how to bring heaven to earth. And we want to do that with you. So if you're interested and you're a part of a church that is ready to dream again, you are ready to come in alignment with what God's word says, then we want to support you in that. All you got to do is scan the code. We can't wait to hear from you, and we look forward to dreaming alongside you in your church so soon.
I understand my limiting belief. I'm going to release the thoughts that hold me in that limiting belief, and I'm going to trust in God.
Yeah, say it again.
I'm going to trust in God.
Say it one more time.
To get rid of those thoughts. I will trust in God to remove those thoughts, remove my limiting belief, and free myself from anxiety.
Okay, I want everyone to repeat after me. I trust God.
I trust God.
I trust me.
I trust me.
I trust me.
I trust me.
God.
Trust God.
I trust me.
I trust me.
Someone come shake this guy's hand. Someone come shake this guy's hand. Good job. Good job, good job. Okay, you can have a seat. So good.
Hey there, dreamer. I just wanted to take a second and to say thank you. I wanted to thank you for your yes and your boldness to not only get started, but to stay the course. I recognize firsthand that dreaming can sometimes be an overwhelming and oftentimes lonely process. And so I just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge you and to say thank you, because if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, that the world needs your dreams. I also want to invite you to join our community, to actually engage with us, to continue this conversation. And you're going to see a QR code on your screen, and that is the best place to get started, where we will make sure that you get connected to a community who is also committed to unlocking the dreams that are on the inside of them, to breaking the limits that keep them bound, and are doing their part in bringing heaven to earth. So you no longer have to do this alone. We look forward to being a part of this journey with you. We thank you for your yes, and we cannot wait to see what God does in and through your life.